Hi everybody, it's Ms. Jen here, and I'm here with my puppet friend who's quite a wild thing, and also with my very own wild thing, my daughter Brooke. And we're here because we're going to read you where the wild things are. We chose to sit out here so that it would look a little bit like a jungle, because in the story, Max takes you through the jungle in his imagination. So this is a great story. It's written and illustrated by Maurice Sendak. And it's a story about a boy who gets a little wild, but it's also about the love of his parents and the power of his imagination. So this is where the wild things are. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief of one kind and another, his mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That very night, in Max's room, a forest grew and grew and grew until his ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. And an ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through night and day. And in and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. Until Max said, "Be still," and tamed them with the magic trick of staring into all their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened and called him the most wild thing of all. And made him king of all wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. So this is where I have to add my own music. Ow! Da da dun 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 da, la da 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 dun da, la da 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 da. And they keep going. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. That's how I imagine the music in my head. Now stop, Max said, and sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all wild things, was lonely and wanted to be where someone loved him best of all. Then all around, from far away, across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being king of where the wild things are. So now Max is sending them off without their supper. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said no. The wild things roared their terrible roars and gnashed their terrible teeth and rolled their terrible eyes and showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat and waved goodbye and sailed back over a year and in and out of weeks and through a day. Where do you think he'll end up? And right into the night of his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. You see his supper on the table back here. And it was still hot. So what do you think happened in that story? How did Max's imagination or his dreams, I don't know, take him to all these special places? So we thought we would challenge you to make your own wild thing. So this guy is made out of an old sock that we had, and Ms. Laura and her daughters made some wild things out of paper plates. So when you make them, notice what shapes you use. You have circles and triangles here for teeth, a square here. We've got circles here, circle here, and sharp triangle teeth there. We'd love to see pictures of what you make, so if your parents can post them on our Facebook page, that would be great. All right, we'll see you wild things later.